notorious drug lord from D.C. could soon be a free man. Rayful Edmond III, remember that name, was sentenced to life in prison, but a district court just filed a motion to reduce that sentence. Want to know why? John Henry will tell you.
To understand why this is such big news, you first have to know the major impact Rayful Edmond had on D.C. 30 years ago.
In the early 90s, it was a lawless combat zone.
Back then, the district was murder capital of the country.
An automatic gunfire rang out.
And the crack cocaine epidemic helped fuel it.
People lining up 2 to 3 deep around the block to buy drugs.
At the center of it all, Rayful Edmond.
Edmond ran the biggest crack and cocaine distribution ring in D.C. history.
I seen somebody at that time that was bigger than life.
At one point, he made up to $60,000 a day. That is, until he got caught.
Edmond is serving a mandatory life term.
And yet, behind bars, he still broke the law.
There have been abuses of privileges that these inmates were given.
The operation from prison rivaled the scope of the organization Edmond once ran from his Northeast neighborhood.
Now, Edmond got an additional 30 years for his crimes in prison. So why do the feds now think he should be released early? Well, apparently, he talked a lot. For 20 years, the D.C. United States Attorney said his cooperation had been both deep and wide. He discussed cold case murders, participated in reverse undercover drug sting operations. It ultimately all led the attorney's office to ask a judge to consider reducing the 54-year-old's life sentence for his D.C. crimes to an unspecified term. Now it's up to a judge to see if that should happen.
Y'all, T.S.P, the Slums Project. So, Rayful Edmonds, we talking about him. For those of y'all that don't know him, I'm sure y'all just saw that quick video clip. In the 90s, late 80s, he was one of the biggest drug dealers in Washington, D.C. His name rung bells. I saw a lot of different documentaries about him. I believe he was he on the American Gangster documentary? I'm not too sure, but he was on a lot of different documentaries, a lot of DVDs and things that I saw, and I heard some things on the streets, and he is he's trying to get parole, and he did about 30 something years. He's 54 years old, and he did about 30 something years in the in jail, in fed jail. He did fed time. He turned into an informant, told on a lot of people, took down a lot of people. He's trying to get out of jail. Of course, he's gonna be on the witness protection program when he get out. And it's crazy. It's a crazy situation. But my personal opinion is, like, you know, the streets really don't have no rules. But I don't condone like snitching and telling, especially when this is what you signed up for. I really can't be like, okay, yeah, son, you wasn't a civilian, you wasn't an old lady, you wasn't somebody who saw something elderly or something like that and reported it. You was in this, you was in the streets, you was in a drug game, and you took down a lot of people that you did business with, a lot of your own people. It's crazy. It's crazy and it's ridiculous, but it goes to show you that the streets is a myth. The streets don't have no rules. A lot of people don't really go by that unwritten street code. A lot of people don't go by that, you know. And like I said, he's trying to get out. Of course, he's gonna be in the witness protection program, but he's trying to get out, and they not trying to let him out. So that goes to show you, even if you do cooperate, just like what Tekashi 6ix9ine is doing, it still states that they can still give you that amount of time anyway. That goes to show you how grimy the system is, and how you might as well just go to trial and just take it all, because at the end of the day, that if you read some of the transcripts of Tekashi 6ix9ine, they say, well, even if he does cooperate or this and that, we could still give him a certain amount of time. Still the same, he could still get 47 years. Same, Rayful Edmonds is an example. He gave up a lot of people. He helped them take down a lot of people, and he's still in jail. And he's fighting to get out of jail. And when he get out of jail, because he done gave up so many people and basically dishonored himself, he got to be on witness protection. You see, I don't talk about these things to glorify. I talk about these things to, you know, enlighten, basically positive dialogue, and basically, you know, for people that's coming up, you know, mainly kids that's coming up, hopefully they won't get caught up in this. And for them to know, like, yo, if you get in this, you know what it is. You get in the streets, you get into these activities, you know what it is. 2 places you going, you know what it is. So when it sometimes I don't think these situations don't actually dawn on people until that cell door closed or you laid up in the casket. I don't think it dawns, you know, when you're going for your last, when you taking your last breath, that's when you realize for a lot of kids that, damn, this is real. This is real. Think about it before you get into these street activities. There's a lot of ways to make money. The drug game ain't as easy as it was in the 80s and 90s. It's very difficult to make a lot of money in a short period of time. A lot of people getting a lot of time for small weight, a few grams. You know what I'm saying? A few grams, one little rock, one little piece of rock. So, and I know a lot of people. Some people did like a year for a little piece of rock they found on them. So these people are not playing. They're not playing with you. They locking folks up left and right. So it is what it is. I just wanted to share my thoughts on this whole Rayful Edmond situation. Subscribe to the channel. To the next video.